Hey everyone, today we're talking about something every athlete, whether beginner or pro, needs: discipline. Talent is great, but without discipline, it's hard to achieve long-term success in sports.
That's so true. Jake, a lot of people think top athletes are just naturally gifted. But if you look at their routines, it's clear that discipline is what sets them apart. They train consistently, follow strict routines, and stay committed even when they don't feel like it.
Exactly. Take someone like Cristiano Ronaldo or Serena Williams. They didn't just wake up one day as champions. They built habits: early morning training, strict diets, and constant improvement. Discipline is what keeps them going, even on tough days.
And discipline isn't just about physical training, it's also mental. Athletes need to push through doubts, stay focused during tough games, and keep their mindset strong, especially after a loss.
That's a great point. Mental toughness is what separates good athletes from great ones. Even when things don't go as planned, disciplined athletes keep working and don't let setbacks define them.
And it's not just for professionals. Even if you're just working out for fitness, discipline helps. Showing up at the gym regularly, following a workout plan, and eating right all require consistency.
Right. It's easy to be motivated for a week, but discipline keeps you going when motivation fades. That's when real progress happens.
100%. At the end of the day, discipline isn't just about sports, it's a life skill. It teaches patience, resilience, and the importance of hard work. And those lessons apply everywhere, not just on the field or in the gym.
Couldn't agree more. If you want to succeed in sports or anything in life, discipline is the key.
And speaking of discipline, another important factor is setting clear goals. Whether it's improving speed, increasing strength, or mastering a specific skill, having a target keeps you focused.
Yeah, goal setting is crucial. And not just big goals, small. Achievable milestones are just as important. Like, instead of saying, I want to be the best basketball player, break it down into, I want to improve my shooting accuracy by 10% in the next month.
Exactly. Small goals make progress feel real and help maintain motivation. Plus, they give you a sense of accomplishment along the way, which keeps you going.
Another thing that plays a big role in discipline is routine. Have you noticed that most elite athletes have strict daily schedules? They wake up, train, eat, recover, and repeat almost like clockwork.
Yes, a solid routine removes the need for constant decision-making. If you already have a structured plan, you don't waste time wondering, should I work out today? You just do it.
And let's not forget the importance of rest and recovery. Being disciplined doesn't mean overtraining. It means knowing when to push hard and when to allow your body to recover.
Such a good point. Sleep, hydration, and even things like stretching and mindfulness play a big role in an athlete's performance. Being disciplined isn't just about working hard, it's also about being smart with your body.
Absolutely. And another key aspect of discipline is accountability. Whether it's a coach, a teammate, or even tracking your own progress, having something or someone to keep you in check makes a huge difference.
100%. Even self-accountability like writing down your workouts or tracking your improvements helps keep you honest. It's easier to stay consistent when you can see how far you've come.
At the end of the day, discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, staying committed, and putting in the effort day after day.
And I think that mindset applies not just to professional athletes, but to anyone who wants to stay fit and improve their performance. Whether you're training for a marathon, trying to lift heavier weights, or just staying active, discipline is the key.
Definitely. Even casual athletes or weekend warriors benefit from staying consistent. It's not just about talent, it's about effort and persistence.
And that's why mental toughness is so important. There are always going to be days when you don't feel like training, when the workout feels extra tough, or when progress seems slow, but that's when discipline kicks in.
Right, because motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward. And the crazy thing is, once you push past those tough moments, you actually start enjoying the process more.
Exactly. It's like, once you prove to yourself that you can do something even when it's hard, you gain confidence. And that confidence builds momentum.
Speaking of confidence, I think training with others can really help. Whether it's a team, a workout partner, or even an online community, having people around you with similar goals makes a huge difference.
Oh, for sure. There's something about that shared energy that makes training more enjoyable. Plus, it adds a little friendly competition, which can push you to work harder.
And even beyond competition, there's the support system. If you're struggling, someone else can encourage you. And when you see others pushing through their limits, it inspires you to do the same.
Absolutely. And another thing that helps with discipline is remembering why you started in the first place. Whether it's improving your health, competing in a sport, or just feeling stronger, keeping that reason in mind makes it easier to stay committed.
That's so true. When things get tough, remind yourself of your goal. It's not about being perfect every day, but about showing up, putting in the work, and trusting the process.
Exactly, and trusting the process means understanding that results take time. People sometimes expect instant progress, but fitness, just like any other skill, is a long-term commitment.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to set realistic goals. If you expect to see massive changes in just a few weeks, you'll probably get discouraged. But if you focus on small, steady improvements, you'll be amazed at how far you can go over time.
That's a great point. I think tracking progress helps with that too. Whether it's logging your workouts, keeping track of your running times, or just noting how you feel after a workout, it gives you tangible proof that you're moving forward.
And it keeps you accountable. If you see improvement, you stay motivated. And if you don't, you can adjust your strategy instead of feeling stuck.
Exactly. Also, let's not forget about recovery. A lot of people push themselves too hard without giving their bodies time to rest and rebuild. Proper recovery is just as important as training itself.
100%. Rest days, stretching, mobility work, and even getting enough sleep, those are all crucial. If you don't take care of your body, you'll burn out or get injured, which can set you back even more.
And let's talk about nutrition too. You can out-train a bad diet. Fueling your body with the right nutrients makes a huge difference in performance, recovery, and overall energy levels.
Yes, people sometimes overlook that. They work hard in the gym, but don't give their body the nutrients it needs to perform at its best. Hydration, protein, carbs, it all plays a role.
So true, it all comes back to balance, right? Training hard, eating well, resting properly, and staying consistent. There's no magic shortcut, but if you build good habits, the results will follow.
And most importantly, enjoy the process. If you make it something you love instead of something you have to do, it becomes part of your lifestyle, not just a temporary goal.
Exactly. When you find a way to enjoy training, it no longer feels like a chore. Whether it's trying new workouts, playing a sport, or just focusing on how good movement makes you feel, finding what excites you keeps you going.
Yeah, and that's why variety is important. Doing the same routine over and over can get boring, and sometimes your body stops responding as well. Mixing things up, whether it's switching from weight training to swimming or adding yoga, keeps things fresh and challenges your muscles in new ways.
That's such a good point. Cross-training is so underrated. Runners who add strength training, for example, often see better endurance and fewer injuries. The body thrives on a mix of different movements.
And speaking of movement, proper form is another thing that makes a huge difference. A lot of people focus on lifting heavier or running faster, but if your form is off, you're just increasing your risk of injury.
Exactly. That's why slowing down and focusing on technique is so important. It's better to do fewer reps with perfect form than a bunch of sloppy ones that could hurt you.
And that's where patience comes in. We all want quick results, but real progress takes time. Strength, endurance, flexibility, it all improves gradually with consistent effort.
That's why celebrating small wins is so important. Maybe you ran a little longer today or lifted a bit heavier than last week. Those little victories add up and remind you that you're getting stronger.
Absolutely. And those small wins help build confidence too. When you see yourself improving, even in small ways, it fuels your motivation to keep going.
And confidence isn't just physical, it's mental too. Pushing through a tough workout or overcoming a setback teaches resilience, which carries over into other areas of life.
That's one of the best things about sports and fitness. It's not just about looking good or being strong. It's about developing discipline, perseverance, and the ability to push past limits.
Exactly. Training isn't just about the body. It's about the mindset. The stronger your mindset, the more you can achieve, both in and out of the gym.
That's so true. I think a lot of people start working out just for the physical benefits, but over time, they realize how much it impacts their mindset and daily life. You start to feel more capable, more in control of your habits, and even more disciplined in other areas.
Right, and that discipline spills into things like work, studies, and even personal goals. If you can commit to showing up for yourself in fitness, you can apply that same mindset elsewhere.
Yeah, and that's why setting goals is so important. Not just vague ones like, I want to get in shape, but specific, achievable ones like running a 5,000, lifting a certain weight, or mastering a new skill.
Exactly, and breaking those goals into smaller steps helps. Like, if your goal is to do 10 push-ups, but you can only do to right now, focus on improving one at a time. Before you know it, you're hitting that goal.
And once you achieve one, you set another. That's how progress works. It's a cycle of challenge, effort, and growth.
And the best part is, over time, those small goals turn into big changes. You wake up one day and realize you're stronger, faster, or more confident than you were months ago.
That's why consistency beats motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but if you build a habit of showing up, even on tough days, that's when real transformation happens.
Yes, and having a support system helps too. Training with a friend, joining a group, or even just having someone to check in with keeps you accountable and makes the process more fun.
Absolutely. Surrounding yourself with people who push you and encourage you makes a huge difference. That energy is contagious.
And even when you train alone, remembering why you started helps keep you going. Your why is what keeps you moving forward, even when progress feels slow.
Exactly. The best thing you can do is trust the process, put in the work, and enjoy the journey.
And speaking of the journey, I think people often forget to appreciate the progress they're making. Like, even if you're not at your final goal yet, every small improvement is a win.
Yeah, and that's why tracking progress is so helpful. Whether it's writing down your workout results, taking photos, or just noticing how much easier things feel over time, it keeps you motivated.
And it stops you from getting discouraged. Sometimes we feel like we're not making progress because we see ourselves every day. But when you look back at where you started, it's a whole different story.
Exactly. And that's another reason why enjoying the process is so important. If you only focus on the final goal, you might miss all the little victories along the way.
That's why I love the idea of making fitness a lifestyle rather than just a short-term challenge. When you build habits that you actually enjoy, it becomes something you look forward to instead of a chore.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be the gym. Some people love running, others prefer yoga, swimming, or hiking. The best workout is the one you actually stick with.
100%. And when you do find something you love, it doesn't feel like a punishment. It becomes a part of who you are.
Right, and when you enjoy it, you're more likely to stay consistent. That's what really leads to long-term success, finding something sustainable rather than forcing yourself into something you hate.
Exactly. And another thing that helps is having a support system. Whether it's a workout buddy, a coach, or even an online community, having people to share the journey with makes a huge difference.
Definitely. Encouragement from others can keep you accountable, and sometimes just knowing someone is on the same journey as you can be super motivating.
It's also great for learning. You pick up tips, new techniques, or even just different ways to stay motivated from other people. It keeps things fresh and exciting.
Yeah, because let's be honest, there will be days when you don't feel like working out. Having a friend or community to push you on those days can really help.
And that's why mindset is so important. If you rely only on motivation, you might struggle when that motivation fades. But if you build discipline, you'll stick with it even on tough days.
That's a great point. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't always feel like doing it, but you do it anyway because it's a habit.
Exactly. And when fitness becomes a habit, you stop overthinking it. It's just a part of your daily routine, and that's when real progress happens.
And once you're in that routine, it starts feeling like something you want to do, not just something you have to do. You get to the point where skipping a workout doesn't even feel right.
It's true, and the best part is, it doesn't need to be a huge commitment every time. Even a quick 20-minute workout can make a difference if it's done consistently.
Exactly. It's about showing up, no matter what. Sometimes life gets in the way, but even if you can only spare a short amount of time, just moving your body is better than nothing.
Absolutely, and that's why it's important to set realistic goals. Trying to go from 0 to 100 right away can be overwhelming. Small goals lead to bigger achievements, and each small success boosts your confidence.
Right. And as you hit those smaller goals, you start realizing that the process itself is rewarding. You are not just working out to look a certain way, but because it feels good, both physically and mentally.
That's the key to sustainability, finding joy in the process. If it feels like a chore, it's harder to stay committed. But when you start seeing results, both in your body and mindset, it just keeps you going.
Exactly. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every workout, every rep, every step forward counts. Even on the tough days, progress is still happening.
And I think it's important to mention that not every day is going to feel great. Some days, you might feel tired or unmotivated, and that's okay. The key is just pushing through those moments, even if it's at a slower pace than usual.
For sure, it's all about building mental resilience. The days when it's hard to get started are the ones that really challenge you to stay committed. But once you finish, you always feel better for having done it.
It's like creating a new habit. It might feel tough at first, but once it's ingrained in your routine, it becomes second nature. And those little challenges become less daunting with time.
Yeah, and the benefits of consistent exercise go beyond just physical health. It can improve your mood, help with stress management, and even boost your energy levels for the rest of the day.
Exactly. It's not just about looking good. It's about feeling good too. And as you start seeing those benefits, it motivates you to keep going, which makes it easier to maintain that consistency.
That's the magic of it. The more you keep going, the more you build a cycle of motivation and progress. The consistency in your workouts translates to consistency in other areas of your life too, creating an overall positive mindset.
Absolutely. And when you look back at where you started, you realize how much you've accomplished, even on the days when it didn't seem like much. Every little step adds up over time.
Well, it really does come down to showing up, even when it feels hard. Small actions, over time, led to big results. The consistency you build today pays off tomorrow.
Exactly. So, whether you're lifting weights, going for a run, or simply stretching, remember that every effort counts. Stick with it, and you'll see those improvements. Keep pushing forward, no matter how small the progress may seem.
And with that, we encourage you all to stay committed to your goals. The effort you put in today will shape a stronger, healthier you. Stay consistent, and don't give up. Your future self will thank you. Thanks for listening, and keep moving. Bye.
Bye.